So yes, we're hearing here that the concussion rifle spawns 3 minutes into the game. So it's going to be kind of like your railgun on Abandon.
Do the players know that? Is going to be the interesting
We actually don't know if they know that. I don't. I think we should not tell them actually, and just let that be a surprise.
I think the best thing we could do is throw curveball after curveball.
Yeah.
Take a portal that sends you out to the outside, and you have no idea where you're at. That is what I want to see how players actually react.
Oh, you know what I mean? Looks like Richie did win the fight to the overshield there. Yep. So they're up 1-0. They got overshield. That's a pretty good start, and that was a great start that ended very quickly.
Imagine he just quit out with the quickness.
Oh man!
Pistola is the best.
Pistola is providing some entertainment.
He's just about the funniest person in the world, if not second funniest. So, taking a look at the stats here, we did have that first overshield going in favor of Rain Ambush.
So we had some 1-0 domination.
Intense.
Yeah, and the laughter at the end of the game, according to Pistola, the factual information of why they ended was him screaming, "Everything is going wrong with this damn map." So why it actually ended, I have no idea. But they're getting it set up again here, and hopefully we'll make it to 30.
Well, dude, you know... Anything can happen on
Pitfall. Fallout. We'll get it.
I'm never gonna get it. This is probably the only time we'll cast this map.
Quite possibly. And
wow, again. So you know, maybe the big thing about this game type here, just right off the shot out of a cannon here, is you definitely want to have host going into this game type because, you know, overshield's so super important and you get that half-second split spawn.
And I was wondering, is it host or is red a little bit closer? That's what I wasn't sure, if it's equidistant or if red has an advantage to that overshield.
We're going to go with host.
Could very well be, because they look to be there right about the same time.
Yep, well, jumping forward with Pistola, one-on-one battle. Oh, will he do it? Did he stick him?
That second one might get him, though. No. The 45-second delay on the plasma grenade was not helpful there.
You know, those 45 seconds. You know, that's the one thing I think everyone in the Halo series has kind of been waiting for is, like, are we going to get that plasma grenade buff?
Yeah, and I know it
seems almost irrelevant. It's useless.
been mentioned quite a bit, and I think it's going to be something in the future we might see fixed here. Now, you know, I'd love to give you guys some information on, you know, how they're setting up here and kind of their team movements, but we're kind of learning the map a little bit here as we go.
Well, 2-shot and beat down here. That's thanks to the weapon update. Good job, Richie Hines.
Oh, did you get stuck?
No. Those sticky nades do not ever hit, ever.
It's just, it seems like Ola plays like twice as fast as everyone. And I think it really is just because of the sensitivity. But, man, he's got to finish that. Nice.
So, Richie Hines and Ola working hand in hand here as Richie Hines is going to throw a pulse grenade, sorry. And he's just going to wait to cut off the angle. Now he's going to be chasing them. Keep in mind, in this game type, there is no outside.
Yeah.
So it's basically condensed to this small circular map.
And yeah, what I would do if I was these guys, I mean, well, first and foremost, keep an eye on times. Make sure you're getting that overshield, and I guess the concussion rifle that pops up 3 minutes in. But
I can't wait to see that thing.
The big thing, you know, none of these guys are going to feel super comfortable because, you know, they haven't played this really. Yeah. So I'd say your best bet, stick together, team shoot, and wow, it looks like they are going to get the second overshield here. They weren't able to burn that down together, but it's already about halfway out.
Yeah, so basically anything in the world that any person with any understanding of this game would say is basically implies right now. So control the power weapons, team shoot, communicate, generic
comment, generic.
Basically anything you could say, oh yeah, definitely, yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
And that's what we're going to do. So I hope you all enjoy.
And this actually, though, on a serious note, though, it looks kind of like it'd be a fun game for 2v2, though. Like, I mean, it's simple. It's small on the smaller side.
Why did they call it Simple Fall?
Fantastic point. But it does, size-wise, it's pretty good. I mean, I know you and I are not a big fan of the size increase in some of the maps and you know, later Halos, but I don't know. I'd have to play it a bit, but so far it seems like it could be a lot of fun in 2v2.
And well, you know, the big thing here is that, you know, there's so many small, narrow corridors, so you're going to see a lot of buddy system working here, and we're seeing the concussion rifle make its debut as Richie Hines is going to be able to stay alive. Pistola going to be able to take out one kill. Down goes Hines. It's going to be a one-on-one battle. Pistola versus Spartan. Spartan's going to back up, and Pistola is going to acquire that storm rifle. And the one thing that's going to get these players is, there's these portals. They're not used to where they go necessarily. Sometimes they might port to the wrong area.
Yeah, it's I haven't seen a lot. I mean, a lot of control here from either side. It's 11-9, I believe, right now, in favor of. Quite close. I guess closer than I would have expected.
Yep. Down goes Spartan. Proverb's going to be there, and Proverb's going to get hit by a nade. Spartan's coming off the respawn. In comes another grenade. Down goes Proverb.
Yeah.
Teammate's going to be there. Spartan's going to be cleaned up. That's going to be 2 dead. This is a pretty big swing here, as Pistola was able to have this overshield. And to have a little bit of the elevation here going in their favor, which is good. But at the same time, how good is it?
Back to the portal. That was great. Yeah. And I never realized, as a commentator, how much you rely on callouts for maps. Like I'm trying to, he's pushing here, he's here, but we don't know any callouts yet.
And he's going across the steel platform and throws a nade at the steel room. Doubles back. There's the red portal. God knows where that's going to take.
But it looks like they've extended the lead to, I believe, 5. So they're still in control here. And, this is a map, really, once you get this 5-kill lead, if they wanted to, Pistola and Hines that is, they really could just kind of play a little slow, a little campy, maybe camp that overshield room or nearby it. But I don't know. As confident as these two, they're expecting to win the entire thing. So I think they're going to keep pushing for sure. And as you can see, they're pushing.
Yep. We are on board with Spartan here as he's going to be holding on to the storm rifle. In comes the and he's going to clean him up. Oh! Down he goes. His Pistola's going to... Oh, no! I just watched Proverb and Spartan's coach just clench his head in disgust.
He was doing... I think he might have created some new dance. It was quite interesting.
Yeah, that was it was basically...
I don't actually know. I think he was trying to high-five the ceiling vertically.
Was he raising the roof?
Yeah, but with his hands still vertical. It was interesting. Something new.
So he's Booker T from WCW.
Ah, yeah, actually.
Is he gonna bust out with the spinneroonie? Imagine.
Yeah, I like to see the energy out of him though. Last event, we sold, pretty much from the entire ambush team. It wasn't typical ambush, they didn't have a ton of energy. They weren't. We saw 2 events ago, Pistola just screaming on main stage, gets so into it, and from what I've seen so far here, it seems like we're gonna get more of that. You don't really see that out of Hines too much, so I don't expect that, unless that hat flips. So
I don't want to talk about Snapback Richie. He is a mean person, and he's hurtful.
But we are at 20. Wait, is that 20? 18?
Oh, don't do it! Oh, he went for the stick. But
he's so fast.
Little known factor: if you do have that overshield, no matter. If you get stuck, you just basically lose your overshield. You don't get killed. So
yeah, and that's
not the end of the world for Proverb.
That kind of goes back to our previous conversation. And most people agree. It takes skill to get that sticky. Yep. That's kind of the point of the green gun. The point of the sticky is to be used in those scenarios versus an overshield. And what's the point in trying to stick if it's just going to take the overshield off?
Wow, as we're just seeing a lead change here, Maven 21-20 in favor of Spartan and Proverb. Hines and Pistola kind of on their heels here. And you kind of wonder here what's going to be going on. Obviously, this next overshield's the most important. If I'd say if there was
a game changer is that Hines and Pistola are wearing regular glasses, and Spartan has on his gunners. That's got to be it.
That's the only thing that makes sense. Are you saying it's a performance-enhancing eyewear?
Yep.
Nice. I'm with it.
But we do have, it looks like Pistola and Hines were able to regain the lead here. Man, a nice play by Pistola. And again, you see time and time again, even when they're one-shotables, they'll get 2 or 3 shots into someone, and then they're going to kind of move away. You'd let your teammate clean up. It's too risky to push for that kill, more so in 2v2 really than 4v4.
Yep. Spartan now going to head through the blue portal, which apparently takes you into the green room. Robert chasing directly behind him. He's going to head back through, which is going to take him to the gold room. And
I feel like this is like chill out and a Cryon map, like had a child. And
did you say
this
Cryon?
Cryon, what was the map?
Chiron.
Chiron.
Are you kidding me right now?
It's been 100 years since I played that map.
Yeah, I know. You were graduating college in 2001 because you're 48. I get it, but like, I can't believe you called it that.
Yeah,
I'm like disgusted.
It sounded weird when it came out.
Yeah.
But remember that map that there was like 72 portals?
Yeah, of course I remember. You remember no shield shotguns running around that map?
Incredible.
These people weren't even born. They probably don't even know what an Xbox One was. Is that old thing?
Yeah, that giant black brick.
Yeah, the controller was the size of a hamburger.
The Duke.
The Duke. You could literally whip that thing at anything.
Oh,
it was like a brick.
Oh yeah, it was used as weapons. But yeah, back to the game here. It looks
Wielded
like
as a mace.
Spartan and Proverb managed to get control back, and by control I mean it's basically a 1-kill lead either way for the last like 4 or 5 kills.
Oh! Down he goes. He wasn't able to acquire that kill with the assault rifle, but they are going to be able to go 1 for 1 as Pistola's going to stay alive. Proverb chasing him. Proverb's going to actually be able to clean up Pistola.
And,
I mean, that is
now
huge.
2-kill lead.
2-kill lead.
25-23. This game,
wow.
26-23. This game is really going to come down to this next overshield. And time-wise,
it's not going to be a factor, man.
Yeah, I may not.
Spartan actually grabbing that shield. He's going to turn around. He's going to help out his teammate. Great teamwork there. The bait and switch. Spartan knowing to not just completely leave his teammate taking grenades in the trenches there. He came back around, helped him out.
Yeah.
They do have the concussion rifle. Proverb does have that. Spartan's got a shield. So we actually may see a little bit of a bait here. We may see Spartan hit through the portal, pull out his shield, wait for it, and then Proverb's going to just come through. Oh, no!
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Well, it is now, it's a 1-kill game, 29-24, and he knew right where they were coming. He had that concussion rifle on that door, and they were just getting shot all over the place.
You know, it's tough, and that's the overshield. This is probably going to be all she wrote here for the members of Rain Ambush.
That will be it. Now, we'll have to see, again, this is,
well,
like we said,
wait for it.
No one's played this here, so we'll have to see how it goes.
Proverb, you have one guy there, and down he goes, and just like we said, that last overshield was going to be the differences. But Spartan the Dog and Proverb take game number 1 on land Fallout. Fallout.
Oh, Pistola. But yeah, I wouldn't take too much from that. Again, no one has played that map yet in 2v2 or really anything competitive.
Well, you know what, dude? I'm telling you, the best way to test a player's skill is to throw them on a completely new map and say, figure it out.
Yeah, so I think we're going to get probably a better feel for
that's
how this
sarcasm
matchup's
for
gonna
those
go.
of you playing the home game.
Yeah, that was a little bit.
Little smidge.
But I think it looks like I thought they were going to pick a bandit, but we'll find out in a second what the next map's going to be.
Like, I feel so bad for everyone at home right now because, like, normally our job is to attempt to drop some knowledge. You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna try to blow your mind with one thing we say.
Well, we never accomplished that, but we tried.
We aimed for it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't happen, but like that game, that was like, I think.
I liked your one call. He's at the steel room with the steel floor, looking at the steel roof.
Next to the steel car lift.
Yeah, that was
where he lifts up into the red room.
That was good.
But we did notice that the blue portal brings you to the green room. And if you go back through, you go to the yellow room.
I never picked up any of that, but that was pretty fun to watch, though, just to see how they handled, something thrown at them like that. Because you don't, that never really happens at events.
No.
But, I mean, this is, they agreed, Brad came out and said it, they agreed to try to have some fun with it. So, the 2v2 here is, it's competitive. People don't want to lose, obviously. Everyone wants to win, but it's not,
trying to get
there's definitely not as much energy and dedication put into this like there is the 4v4. So, people are going to have a little more fun with it. And you got to think, that Pistola and Hines are a little pissed now. I imagine the Thunder is going to be brought. I don't know, that Pistola Thunder might be scary.
They may chase the lightning from the sky, Maven.
Where do you come up with these beautiful quotes?
It's a Garth Brooks song. I'm that guy.
Yeah, you are the quote stealer.
I am. It's what I'm good at. I'm very, very good at it.
Now, we should see. I think they are loading in now. Okay, so I believe we are going to go...
this is a map here. We definitely know,
yes,
Maven.
So... All right, so on this map, for those of you not familiar, it's going to have a similar layout to Midship of Old. Not quite the same, but similar feel. It's really going to come down to Overshield, which we see Spartan was able to get the first of here.
Yep. And, you know, it's going to be the first 30 kills, as you guys saw from the last game. But the big thing about Team Slayer on Onyx, even in 2v2, is it's going to kind of have a similar feel to the 4v4. And what I mean by that is you kind of want to have the cycle game. You want to kind of fight for gold and green, but you can kind of pick your battles. You can see as some teams actually like to overload yellow or overload green, and you want to trap them at the base.
Yeah.
But the main way you want to attack your opposition is by doing the front jump. You want to go in front of the base and do the quick jump and go in and have your teammate push from the side.
Yeah.
That's the best way you can do it.
I don't know. I mean, 2v2 on this, I mean, I would worry more. I think it's going to come down to light rifle. You're going to one team with light rifle.
Good point, man.
I think you can pretty much win this with a light rifle, BR, and nades. Just have long-range battles, pick people off.
Think so?
I don't know if that's how it's going to be played, but I think in 2v2, light rifle can be so dominant here.
Yeah. And, you know, the one thing, too, is you know, when you decrease the amount of players, the really hard thing about the cycle game is that, you know, as you're seeing already, there's been a lot of fights bottom middle. You can get away with running right out the front of your base to bottom middle.
Yeah. And Pistola's in trouble here, but oof, almost able to make a nice play. And, yeah, Richie's weak. It looks like we have Spartan is top yellow, and Spartan has been, I mean, I don't know. Anytime I've been watching his screen, his shots have been excellent. Yep.
Yeah, he's doing very, very well.
You kind of feel, these guys have been in the scene, with Halo 4 for a while now. But you think there'd be a little bit of an intimidation factor when you're playing, arguably, I mean, other than Cougar, one of the best Halo players all time.
Oh, no,
the best in Pistola.
Ola's there. So he's, in the sense of players of Halo history, Ola's in my top 5.
And typically,
he's actually 4th.
And typically you have a bit of intimidation factor, but so far we haven't really seen that at all.
So Spartan now is in a 1v1 battle here. Top gold, down he goes.
Nice shot by Richie Hines.
Proverb coming off the respawn here. He does know that Richie Hines is up there. He's going to throw one grenade, and he's got to keep his eyes on this, but he's not in a good enough position, and Ola will be able to acquire that overshield. Richie Hines now going to be pushing into the base. He does have the scatter shot, which is huge on this map, as we always say.
And, you saw that last nice shot by Richie. You're going to notice it might look, BR battles look a little bit different on land sometimes because you don't have to zoom as much in mid-range. You can kind of get away with that, funnel headshot, unzoomed a lot more on land, just because it registers. Whereas a lot of times you have to zoom in for that final headshot on line. But that's why I've been noticing it looks a little different sometimes. You don't see that zoom on the headshot as much.
Well, it's also nice to see as some players who have more of a whippy shot, like the natives.
Yeah.
When they actually get on land, their shots register and they turn into these godly players.
Oh, yeah.
It's always awesome to watch a fast sense player move.
Well, yeah, that's why we had that conversation how we thought Nate would do before the event.
Yeah.
I thought it would transfer great, and he made top 8 in the free-for-all last event. So it
clearly
he
took second at the 4v4s.
Yeah, it definitely works a lot better. And Spartan pushing with that scatter shot, and that's I didn't think would get used a ton really, just because you should be able to cut them off before they get too close range. But yeah, like that.
Yeah, he's just pushing like a bat out of hell in that scenario. Richie Hines spots Proverb. Down goes Proverb. That's going to be a very, very good lead for them. Pistola now is going to be rounding around blue side. Richie Hines is top gold. And now we're going to see is basically it's going to be a 1-1 set. You're going to have a guy top gold, a guy in the base. And this is basically what you were predicting to happen.
Yeah, that's in my opinion what you want. I mean, the only thing that's really going to take them down if one of them has a light rifle is like a really either well-placed or lucky grenade. But you could really control either top green or top yellow and have one guy in the base and just peek and light somebody up. Because with that light rifle plus a BR, I mean, you can take somebody down in like a second and a half.
This is beautiful to watch, man. And I know everyone is probably going to be like, oh, you're just, you're a part of ambush or whatever. But notice how Richie Hines went from top gold and Ola was in the base. They were able to communicate to the point where Ola said, hey, I'm moving to top gold. Richie Hines moves into the position where he can see the best to cover him, which is at the base. And now they're really starting to take control over the entire map. Now, Proverb was able to acquire the overshield, but that map movement is such a heads-up play. Sometimes we'll see as amateur players are kind of like, oh, I'll stay top gold, you push green. Yep. You don't want that.
Yep.
You want to be kind of close.
And now we'll see if Proverb's going to try and make a play here with the overshield. And it looks like, yes, he is.
Nice well, there's one. And now we're seeing his Hines going to lift up and down. Oh, no.
Oh, my.
Wow, I thought he was. I was going to say down goes Proverb.
I didn't see if Richie had to reload there, but it looked like he did.
Yep.
And that's rough. You milk that overshield down, and then no more bullets.
Well, now we're seeing that Spartan the dog does have this light rifle. Maybe we talk about it time and time again on this map. You really want to have that on your persons just because it's such a devastating factor on this map. I mean, you put 2 shots in, they're half shields across the map like it's nothing. And now Proverb pulls out the shield. He's waiting for Spartan. He says, hey, man, I need help. And Spartan now is going to be in a one-on-one fight top yellow. He's going to be relocated bottom of the base. And now here comes the push from Ambush. Pistola's going to be hit by a nade. Down goes Pistola. And Richie Hines is caught in the middle of the map. Will they be able to take him out? Spartan's looking for him.
He just got to chill.
He's right behind the pillar, man.
And that was a great shot by Richie. He just hit.
Yep. And he lives. That's huge. Great play.
Nice grenade there. But yeah, that's really, when you have one teammate down, you have to play sneaky.
Yep.
Just try to survive until your guy pops.
Yep. And let me ask you this, Maven. Let's say that you are in the position that Spartan the Dog and Proverb were a little bit ago, when you don't have control and you don't have overshield possession, what do? You wait it out?
Typically, yeah. I mean, especially since the update where the overshield decreases, it seems like it's twice as fast, practically.
Yeah.
Especially in a 2v2, yeah. I mean, that or try to be aggressive with nades, maybe. But yeah.
Yeah. You think that's definitely the difference makers? You want to play it slow.
With the way the overshield, I guess, degenerates, or however you want to say, decreases. Yes, I think that's probably your best play.
Disappears.
Evaporates.
Evaporates. Turns into condensation.
But yeah, so Proverb has it top green here. And yeah, you kind of have to in the 2v2 though. You've got to be aggressive with the overshield because you can watch it just
great flank by
away.
Proverb. Proverb pushing into the base. He's able to cut off Hines as I cut off Maven mid-sentence. Pistola's going to be staying alive. Proverb now doesn't get the call out, and he just relocates to his teammate.
Proverb is on a killing spree, and they have a 5-kill lead. So that really turned around. And nice attempt at the shield there.
Yep. Pistola now has the guy right in front of the base. He's going to try to live. That's going to be Spartan. Spartan going to go underneath. He's going to drop down gold side or green side, and he's going to be punched in the mouth as the members of Rain, Ambush, Hines, and Pistola are looking to kind of claw away at this lead.
Yeah, and this is, I'd say, a surprise.
Yeah.
I would think, especially on a map like this where they both played a ton, and this is a very, I mean, it's a real basic map. I mean, the teamwork's just going to be, just raw instinct from them playing together so long. You would think they would certainly have the advantage. But, so far, the big thing that stood out for me, Spartan, has kind of been known for his, individual skill, but, Proverb's taken some hits in the past, but his shots have looked fantastic. Especially, we saw the railgun earlier. He had some incredible railguns.
Proverb staying alive now in red base. Down he goes, and now Spartan's going to position himself top yellow. He is going to be waiting to find out where they're going to go. And now if you're ambushing this scenario, you got to think they're probably yellow, and they probably spawn at the opposite base. We need to pick a side, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're going to push green. Pistola got hit once. Now Hines is in a battle. They're going to be able to use the buddy system to their advantage. Down goes one, and now they have Spartan singled out, and they just wait. They want to attack the spawner in the spot, and Spartan charging.
Yeah, see, that's exactly what we talked about earlier. Yeah, Spartan in that position, he could just hit behind the pillar, waited for Proverb to spawn instead of jumping out like that. And that's not the easiest battle plus range there with the BR, but on LAN it is much, much, much easier.
Oh yeah. And the big thing about LAN too with the long range BR shots is they register.
Yeah. That shot that Richie has had there for that kill across, I mean, no chance that shot registers there unless we were on LAN here.
Yep.
But it looks like they have. Oh, they actually retook the lead. It's 20-19 now. That's a big swing because they were just down 18 to 13 like a minute and a half ago.
Yep. So still on board with Ola. Ola's going to be running around bottom middle. He has no shields. Notice how he's just staying alive. It's always about a mind game when you're bottom middle. You can do a lot of things. You can kind of fake, go out, and double back and take one shot, and then go right back out.
Yeah, I mean, big part of it, bait and switch. I mean, that's not just Halo. It's basically any first-person shooter ever. I mean, bait and switch is gigantic, but especially in the 2v2s.
I didn't know it was that big, especially in games like, COD or CS. Doesn't seem like
especially I've been playing a lot of CS, and
I don't think that's any mystery, Mabes.
Yeah, that does have a big bait and switch part to it as well. And this is going to be a big battle here with Pistola up top. He's getting shot in the back as well. He needed some help there, and it didn't look.
Oh no!
Oh my! I don't think Richie was expecting the scatter shot to the mouth.
Dude, he just got a shotgun to the chest. Yeah. I don't think. Oh man, that is a dagger. So it was all tied up 20-20, and now it's going to be 22-20 in favor of Spartan Dog and Proverb. Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, they're up 1-0. If they win this game, Hines and Ola are eliminated.
Yeah,
Let that sink in.
We haven't been able to follow the other side of of the bracket yet.
I don't think it's actually played. Yeah, so it's going to be Formula 1 Enable versus Goofy and Gabriel.
Yes, and those two he has mentioned were the other two kind of, I guess, quote-unquote powerhouse teams.
Yeah.
So, I got to think.
Wow, dude.
We'll probably will go here, but
dude,
if they pull this game out, I mean, whew.
Dude. Ola's in a position to try to get this overshoot. He's got to wait on Heinz to lay down some cover fire. Heinz is going to be pushing up. He knows they're green. And Ola just try to stay alive, buddy. And in comes Heinz. Heinz is going to be able to take out one. Where is Proverb? Proverb's going to be pushing up top. Y'all, this is going to be a stalemate for this overshoot. Who has the grapefruits to go for it?
I mean, it's been up quite a while now, and
here
it
comes.
looks like Bastola should be able to grab it here. And that's
going to be the difference maker, maybe.
It really could be the game. As long as he doesn't get it milked here, totally from the guy bottom blue. And there's one kill. He should push him here for sure.
He's got a guy under blue. Heinz needs to be looking out in front of the base because you know he's going to jump out there. It's such a predictable route. They have to pay attention to that.
Yeah, and I thought, it looks like Heinz had rotated. I thought he was still sitting top green and could have got a shot in there too.
Yep,
but that was a big kill because they already, and he's going to get it too because his overshield's already gone and Heinz is half shield. There's a kill.
Wow, that's going to be the fourth lead change of the game here, Maven, as down goes Heinz. Does that tie it all up?
Yes, it does. 25-25. We actually, the time is so tiny, I can't tell how much time is left. 20 seconds. Okay.
That's much more intense than I was making this.
That's what I wanted to look at. We're at 10 seconds now, and
this is what we call the deep
Does
breath.
anybody have the cojones to make a little push here? I think we're going to go to a tie.
You got to. Wow.
That was a wild final minute.
That we had no idea was the final minute.
I was trying to see it on that little screen here, but it's very, very small.
yeah, very small. So as we wait for the commissioner to give us what exactly is going to happen here in this, I gotta think, Maven,
I believe he just said we're gonna replay, but a 5-minute game. I think is what I heard. So we'll
replay 5-minute game.
Yeah.
So the players are just gonna go straight back into this one, ladies and gentlemen. We ended that one at 25-25. 12 minutes was not enough to settle it.
No, I did. One thing to note here, and this actually goes for this series and actually the last series too. Maniac and Cloud were basically up at the beginning of the game every game. I think both games in this series, Heinz and Bastola have also been the lead for the first several minutes. So it really hasn't been till that kind of midpoint that Spartan and Proverb have managed to turn it around. So we'll see if that plays a part here. And why the slow start, I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, and I gotta ask you this, Maven. Do you think it's just like a comfort thing for the members? Like, we always talk about their ego. Do you think it's just they get comfortable with it? Do you think they're just like, oh, well, we assume we're taking the cake?
Well, I was about to say, this first overshield will be huge, and Bastola did manage to get it. He got one kill, but it's already gone. I mean, that overshield, man, it go down quick.
Yeah. And with 5 minutes, Mavs, I will not be too shocked if we see everything really slow down a lot. I'm talking decreasing by about 60%.
I don't think you'll see it slow down until someone gets a lead by a couple kills. Then it probably will. Now, I think it's within a kill or two, you'll still see pretty much the same style from both teams. But if anyone pulls out to a 3 or 4 kill lead, I think we'll absolutely see it slow down.
Oh, Richie Heinz caught with his pants down. Ola's going to come in, and he does have a scatter shot guy in front of him. Ola's wisely is going to back down there. He's going to wait. He's going to wait for Heinz. Heinz coming off the respawn. He's bottom red. We do have Proverb with that scatter shot. He's going to be working in tandem with Spartan, and Proverb's going to be taken out. This is looking good for ambush right now.
Yeah, that was a great play by Bastola. He was basically just teasing that scatter shot guy, just hopping all over the place. He didn't really have any idea what was going on. Gave Heinz the opportunity to clean him up.
And we always talk about it, dude. Buying your teammates time in this game is huge. In comes Bastola with the scatter shot. He's going to pop in, make one guy weak, and he's going to be able to take out both of them. That's going to be a nice lead there. It's going to be a 3-kill lead here.
And that was a perfect little pinch there. I mean, he was outside kind of baiting with the scatter shot. Heinz was able to push kind of top green, top mid, and put shots across. And that's perfect. That pinch scenario, especially when you're top base and there's just like nowhere to go, is perfect.
It's always the worst to be on that side too, because it's like your whole world's just like collapsing around you, man.
If you try to drop down back base, I mean that's just going to delay your death a second or two. I mean there's nowhere to go.
It's the worst scenario you could have. It really is. You lose your job, you miss rent, you get evicted,
and you both get killed.
just to top it all off. So the overshield is going to drop here, and going into this, great shot.
This is what I was talking about
Richie.
now. So they're up 4 and getting this overshield. I'm curious to see if they slow it down.
No.
Probably not yet because they have the overshield.
Yeah.
And that wouldn't be wise. But I think if they get a kill or two with this overshield, I imagine it's going to slow down quite a bit. Nice shots by Richie
but
Hines.
the thing is, at the same time, they have so much room for error that they can keep the pressure on for a while. It's really Spartan and Proverbs.
Had they won the first game, I think I would agree with that. But
you know,
I think you got to play it slow and smart. But we'll see.
Well, it's always interesting, you know. Like you always have to wonder, like, what's going through their mind. It's so much easier for us to sit back here and speak like hypothetically. Like, oh well, you know, if you do this, like it's basically a for sure. But sometimes, you know, you get that inch in game and no one's looking at you, and you're able to make that little bit of a push.
Yeah,
and then you push on the enemy.
I think we just, these were 12-minute games, I believe. So we just passed the 9-minute mark, so we have just around a little under 2 minutes to go. So not a ton of time. And I think we're still, actually, we're sitting at 9-3 now. So a 6-kill lead with approximately a minute and a half. This is going to be, yeah, it's
Proverbs going to be taken out with the 2-shot beatdown by Richie Hines. Hines is going to Spartan.
But yeah, this appears to be going to a game 3. And you kind of wonder where this domination was the first go, because this hasn't really been close.
It's a big wake-up call.
Well, you thought that first game would have been the wake-up call.
But at the same time, you know, you got to think, like, you're really battling through frustration when you're playing a match that you know nothing about.
That's true.
You know, sometimes it's just really not fun. And it's one of those surprises that you don't want, because then it's kind of almost out of your control in a way.
Yeah.
Because there's no way of preparing for it.
Yeah, and judging by Pistola's reaction after that first game, which I can't exactly repeat, I think there was some frustration.
You think?
And we're at 14-5 here. I think it looks like 40 seconds to go. And yeah, this...
it's over.
Yeah. You can't really overcome a 10-kill lead with this, because you know, even if they got a couple picks in a hurry, I mean, they could literally hide out of base, and they just wouldn't have time to get as many kills. This reminds me, this is kind of that situation AGL Brad got into, and his 1v1.
Yep.
Red Halo GC, he was down, he didn't have time to come back. Same map. We're all rooting for you, Brad.
Oh man, big shout out to Lethal for sending me a text saying hi with a smiley face.
Yeah, Lethal, we wish you were here, talking in all caps.
Yep. It's funny seeing him interact in person. You know.
All right, and they're about to end it here, and that.
So with that said, as
it appears Ambush did not realize it was a 5-minute game, but that will be the end. We'll learn in a second here, maybe hear from Brad where we're going to go with the next map, and this will be game 3. And it sounds like it's going to be Skyline. This should be a fun one. This is one of the maps I think will play best in 2v2 because of the size. For sure. And this is actually one that I think from the little bit I played, like 2v2 matchmaking, that's the one I enjoyed the most for sure.
You think so?
With Skyline.
I liked Haven. And the reason why I like Haven so much is just because, you know, you can be such a nuisance with that shield on the street, just buying yourself time, like, excuse me, sir.
The only reason I didn't like it is kind of what we saw in that first series. Like, teams get ahead a couple kills, then they just, crouch low. Just,
you turtle.
It becomes
it
just becomes frustrating. But, you can't really, I mean, I guess you could on Skyline, but it's much smaller. It's easier to get places a lot quicker.
For sure. But so anyways, game number 3, this is going to be Skyline. There's not a concussion rifle bottom middle. Everyone relax, hold the phone. We are going to have the sticky det. And if there is a concussion rifle, well then, sorry, I'm mistaken.
Maybe they'll both be there.
Imagine. It's like one on one corner, the other on the other.
That would just be a mess.
It'd be awful. Oh. Just awful. I could see Ghost like contemplating, like he turns his hat forward, and he's like...
That's his thinking cap.
It's a reverse of Ash Ketchum. Instead of turning it backwards when he steers, he turns it forward. But so, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, 2v2 semifinals, Gandhi alongside Maven. We are jumping into game number 3. The winner of this will advance to the grand finals, where they will await their opponent.
Yeah, and I haven't seen yet if the other two, I believe they're playing in the background. I don't know whether we're going to cast the other semifinal. I'll find out.
No, we are. They're waiting. So now we're seeing as Proverb will have the sticky det. Pistola now is going to be pushing bottom middle here, and the sticky det's going to be taken out. There's going to be one dead. Pistola trying to stay alive. Spartan now going to be rounding the corner, desperately looking for Pistola, but Pistola is so evasive, man.
Oh, yeah, incredibly evasive, and we've seen how that has transferred to his 1v1 game over the last 2 events. He's
we get the 2.
Oh,
he got 1, and the other one's weak. Hines just has to do one thing. He has one job. Nicely done.
Nicely done. And yeah, that sticky det on land, it goes from being a sticky det to basically a rocket launcher on land. It's just the radius, the actual shot registration from the detonation is just completely different.
Yep. It also seems, we've talked about it since like AGL 5, but you can shoot that sticky det like past someone, and it doesn't even have to be close, and it still takes out the
nice double there with the sticky det. And yeah, as you can see early on, that's going to be the key here. It's going to be top middle control, so you can get eyes in the map, and then the sticky det as well.
And definitely look out for both teams trying to get that bottom middle flank. And the big thing about the bottom middle flank is you get it and you go unnoticed, and you can go, it's a longer flank. You go bottom middle, it's the main ramp into their base, and then you come behind them, either DMR on either side. But when you hit that, it's such a big pinch that there's almost nothing they can do.
Yeah, and Ambush was up to its early 7-3 lead, but a lot of that... Nice kill. A lot of that came at the expense of that sticky det. No sticky det up right now. Let's see if Proverb and Spartan kind of bring it back a little bit.
So Proverb and Spartan trying to split the map here. They are not together at all. Meanwhile, you do have Richie Hines and Pistola working very, very well together. One's going high, one's going low. It's basically a traditional buddy system that we're used to, trying to cover as much of the map as possible and keeping eyes. Pistola in the one-on-one battle. He's trying to stay alive, trying to buy time for Hines. Hines is not able to get there in time, and because of that, he's not able to get the kill. As one's there, pulls out the Pink Fury! Do it!
Oh, wow. I think I was at Spartan. No, Proverb got a little turned around there. Yeah, a little turned around. But
it happens.
It's a terrifying experience, that Needler coming at you.
It's the worst. I remember when we first started playing this game together, that you used to always do the turnaround fadeaway with the needle.
Yeah, I'd hose. I would just, I'd yell into the mic and I'd just shoot them, and it terrified pretty much everyone.
Yeah, it's scary. It's just because, it's ingrained in our minds to just, like, if you get killed by the Needler, you're not talented. You need to sell your Xbox and get out of here.
Yeah, the Needler did not used to be as effective. That's for sure.
Yeah, it was kind of a waste.
Yeah, but, back to the game, it's 10-7. The leads kept, around that 3 or 4 mark for the majority of the game. No real dominance yet. I mean, it's not out of reach, but this next sticky det could be huge.
Hines going to be hitting up the lift. He does have Pistola top middle. Hines is giving the call out. Hey guys, they're over at blue. So Pistola is going to be able to react accordingly. Richie Hines is going to reload the bolt shot, throw a couple shots in. Pistola has 2 guys in his basically his point of view. Kills Proverb. Now it's all up to Spartan the dog, who's going to be in a 2-on-1 scenario. And look at Pistola just drop down, and he's pinched. Great job by Rain Ambush.
What you're kind of noticing there is, Hines is kind of being used as the bait a little bit. You can either kind of sit back and both put shots on people, or have someone push and someone clean. And that's what you saw there. Hines just kept moving forward, and he was able to get kind of 2 people weak while Ola put shots across and dropped on that last time.
Hines has 2 guys there. He should have been killed. I have no idea how he wasn't. Somehow he's staying alive. Pistola no shields as well. Richie Hines able to get a kill. And great job.
Well, that was the exact opposite. Pistola was kind of the bait there, and Hines cleaned up. But that's really the big thing in 2v2 is the old bait and switch, and you can see these longtime friends and veterans are putting that to good use.
Oh yeah. So Pistola got that sticky det. Richie Hines is going to be pushing, throws the pulse grenade, but he was able to connect with that, and now he's just going to lift straight up. And those are some of the routes I was talking about. That route in 4v4, you're probably going to die 8 out of 10 times.
Ola and his sticky det. He's gotten, 5 kills now with it?
Yeah?
I might be exaggerating, but there's been a couple.
Yeah, he probably got 2. But it's still impressive. When I use the sticky det, I might as well be throwing mud at people.
That's the same with your every gun.
Every gun.
Yeah.
I'm basically useless. Thanks, Mavs. Now that my ego's non-existent.
You're welcome, bud. But the lead has jumped out to 8. So, I mean, 8's pretty tough to overcome at this point in the match. They really could, if they wanted to, just
sandbag.
Play very slow
and
milk this, but I think they're feeling very confident now, especially after that 5-minute game went the way it did.
All right, so Mr. They could play slow. Let me ask you this. How do you play slow on a map that's so small? Are you telling me you want to force the fight into the base?
Well, they've been the aggressors pretty much.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying, like, how do you actually go about it?
I'd say probably play, I don't know, maybe streets, something like that. I actually don't know how you'd really play slow. It'd be tough.
It'd be tough. It'd be really tough, yeah.
I don't think we're going to see them do it anyway, but...
it would be interesting to kind of see a team
maybe
that lead and, like, kind of turtle completely up in the base.
Yeah, or you could have, instead of, like, those people trying to push middle control, just have one of the streets, one middle, but...
So he can always drop down. And the big thing...
Exactly.
Yeah, that's one of the big things we always talk about in fours is you always want to put yourself in a position where you can, one, lay as much damage down as possible, and two, have a nice getaway.
Yep.
And that's this map.
Ola, oh gosh, he is just annoying to watch.
Yeah?
How many times we've seen him get away one shot?
It's awful.
And there he is, right?
Oh, thank God. So he's going to be cleaned down. Hines is still watching it, right?
But nice shots by Richie Hines there, and it's still a 7-kill lead. As far as time goes, I think we're about to hit the 5-minute mark. I think this is going to go to kills, but we'll see here.
Richie Hines at the base. Pistola is going to be top middle. Hines is trying to catch him on a flank. He does have Proverb to his right, but he does have Spartan right in front of him. Spartan's going to whip on the sticky dad, and Proverb's going to be able to clean him up, but Pistola's right there. Whiffs on the jump. Oh, no. That's no bueno. Which is good for those of you who have no idea what Spanish is.
It's gone to, actually, I thought it was down to 4. We're still at 6-kill lead, so they're still in firm control here. But, if you're starting in Proverb, we're getting down to, I believe, maybe getting close to the 4-minute mark. Time is very small.
You don't need it.
They don't need to really be out of control aggressive yet. You still have another couple minutes of trying to get picks, do a little bait and switch. But
wow, this is actually... almost, you gotta start wondering, like, are they losing it right now? Like, they're looking sloppy. They're getting into one-on-one battles. They're not using each other that well.
Yeah, I think they, sometimes, especially when you're, top players, you get that big lead, and you might, I wouldn't say stop trying as hard, but lose a little focus. And I think we saw a little bit of that there. But just like that, Pistola picks up a kill or two, and the lead comes back up.
Yep. Spartan spots a guy top middle. Now he's going to be throwing in shots. Proverb coming off the respawn. He's going to be at the blue DMR. So if he does play this right, he can get top middle control, but Rain Ambush is actually positioned on the bottom of the map. You have Pistola sitting on the sticky dead. You have Hines pushing top middle. Hines is just going to get erased off the face of Skyline, and now it's all up to Pistola.
I've just been watching Spartan. He's just flying around the map.
Right?
Just flying around the map.
Flies. He plays... You play like him, I guess.
Just sprint until I see someone and hope I get to shoot before I'm done.
That's good, though. That's always fundamentally sound.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm known for.
Exactly. You're known for being textbook.
They did move back into the base here, kind of the safe play. He has sticky dead, so if they try to push Pistola here, they're going to have a tasty surprise.
A tasty treat.
And it's getting to the point, time-wise, we're getting close to that 3-minute mark, so... we're at about the time where Spartan and Proverb, we're going to have to start playing a little more reckless.
Oh, yeah.
But it's going to be hard with that. Did he survive that sticky dead?
Yeah. He actually barely took any damage. And now he's going to be taken out by Pistola finally top middle.
He must not have been where I thought he was, but he did manage to get the kill.
Yep. And now Proverb's in a one-on-one. He's going to be able to win that battle. Spartan has Ola in his sight, and Ola eliminated, pulls out the shield. Oh, the scumbaggery is just on another level.
I thought he was going to detonate that and then kill himself. That would have been amazing.
Pistola finally going to be taken down. Now Spartan's going to make him pay for being in that position. But that's what I mean. Like
that's why that 5 cents is such an advantage. Like, no chance I get turned around and get my shield out in time. Like, I die there. Most players die there. But he was able to whip that shield around so fast.
Yep, so they are just 3 kills away here, baby, from taking this game number 3. What does Spartan and Proverb have to do?
Not that.
Yeah, not that. You can erase that one from the book.
Yeah, well, they know he's low. I imagine he's going to get pinched here in just a second. But, down 7 with 2 kills, and he was able to get a nice trade there. This is pretty much over. But good shots. Richie's had pretty steady VR all day, and that's a good sign for him. And great shots. But I don't understand how he's so steady and consistent with that 5 cents. I would just be shooting the stars.
Well, you know,
But,
the funny thing about Pistola's 5 cents is that actually he's played 5 cents ever since Halo 2. In
Yeah.
Halo 2, that was basically the desired sense. In Halo 3,